So let's dive into the world of mergers and acquisitions, because right now it's going through a massive transformation. We're talking about billion-dollar deals getting completely reshaped by new strategies, new global hotspots, and you guessed it, a powerful new player at the table, artificial intelligence.
But here's the central puzzle that has dealmakers scratching their heads. The total value of M&A deals is absolutely skyrocketing, but the actual number of deals being done, it's pretty much flat. So if companies aren't doing more deals, where is all this money coming from? What's really going on here?
While the headline number is pretty staggering, global M&A value is on track to jump by 36% in 2025. That's a huge injection of capital, and it's setting the stage for an even stronger 2026. But that number, it really only tells half the story.
And this is where you can really see that disconnect. It's truly a tale of two markets. On one hand, deal value is exploding because companies are chasing these huge, game-changing acquisitions. But on the other, deal volume is barely moving. It tells you the market has become incredibly selective. It's all about quality over quantity now.
The hard data really backs this up. You can see the total value is projected to jump from $3.2 trillion all the way up to $5.1 trillion by 2026. But look at that last line. Deal volume in Europe, the Middle East, and Africa, it actually shrank by 7% in 2025 before it's expected to bounce back. It just reinforces this idea of a super selective, big bet mentality.
So that really brings us to the big picture here. It's a flight to quality. With all the economic and geopolitical uncertainty in the world, companies aren't just making deals for the sake of growth anymore. No, they're making highly strategic, very calculated moves to buy top-tier assets that can transform their business for the long haul. And you don't have to take my word for it. This quote from Sarah Jones at Clifford Chance just nails it. The theme for 2026 isn't going to be some kind of deal-making frenzy. It's going to be a careful, strategic hunt for the absolute best of the best. It's all about precision and impact, not just doing a lot of deals. Okay, so where is this flight to quality actually happening? Well, while the US had a lock on mega deals in 2025, right now, all eyes are turning to Europe. The continent is quickly becoming a critical arena for major cross-border M&A activity. And a huge reason for this shift is something called the call for European champions. Basically, to compete with the giants coming out of the US and China, European companies are realizing they need to team up. This is sparking massive mergers within Europe, creating these continent-wide powerhouses in really important sectors like energy and finance. And the experts on the ground, they completely confirm this. The buzz is real. It also seems like regulators are becoming more open to these huge mergers, which is basically paving the way for some truly landscape-changing deals to happen in 2026. And if you want to know exactly where the action is, look no further than the Benelux region. That's Belgium, the Netherlands, and Luxembourg. It's a real hotspot. For the second year in a row, a ton of deal makers are pointing to it as Europe's main engine for growth, mostly thanks to a really pro-deal regulatory environment. But hey, it's not all about the mega deals. If you look at the mid-market, private equity firms and other strategic buyers are running a very specific and very successful playbook to uncover hidden value. And one of the go-to strategies here is what's called buy and build. It's a dominant force, especially in Europe. The idea is pretty simple. A private equity fund buys a solid core company, the platform, and then they start bolting on smaller companies or add-ons to create a much bigger, more valuable business over time. So what are these buyers looking for in a target? In a word, resilience. They want businesses with predictable, recurring revenue. They're using that buy and build strategy to consolidate industries that are kind of fragmented and to expand their reach. And they're especially focused on really hot sectors like healthcare and TMT, that's technology, media, and telecom, where AI is just creating a ton of new opportunities. And that brings us to the single biggest catalyst that is transforming M&A today. Of course, it's artificial intelligence. This is no longer some buzzword from a sci-fi movie. AI is now a core part of the deal-making process, and it is fundamentally changing how these transactions get sourced, analyzed, and actually done. The numbers really speak for themselves. A whopping 77% of M&A pros see AI as a key driver of future deals and as a critical tool for creating value. And what's really interesting is that 71% also think all the hype around AI is actually inflating company valuations. That just shows you how powerful its influence has become. So the crucial point here is this.
AI isn't some far-off concept anymore. It is a present-day reality in the world of M&A. And frankly, dealmakers who aren't using it are already at risk of being left behind.
If you want a powerful real-world example, just look at the private equity firm EQT. They built an AI platform called Motherbrain, and its whole job is to hunt for investment opportunities by crunching data on millions of companies. Get this, it sourced nearly a third of their deals in just 3 years. That is a level of efficiency that you just can't match the old-fashioned way.
So how exactly is AI being used? I mean, what does it actually do? Well, the answer is pretty much everything. It's being used at every single stage of a deal, from the very first idea all the way to the final integration.
Okay, so it all starts with sourcing, right? AI can uncover potential target companies that human analysts might completely miss. Then you move to due diligence, where AI can review thousands of documents in a matter of days, not weeks. It makes valuation models way more accurate by spotting hidden patterns. And then, after the deal is done, it provides real-time analytics to make sure the integration process is actually on track. Now, while this is happening pretty much everywhere, some sectors are definitely leading the charge. No surprise, financial services and technology are at the front of the pack, but you've also got healthcare and even manufacturing rapidly adopting AI to get a leg up in their M&A strategies.
So, where does all this leave us? Well, the future of M&A is basically being written in code. We're heading into a future that is faster, smarter, and more data-driven than anyone could have imagined even just a few years ago.
But, and this is a really important but, this doesn't mean that the human element is just disappearing. Not at all. The real winners in this new era are going to be the ones who successfully blend the raw power of AI with that irreplaceable human expertise and strategic thinking. Think of AI as an incredibly powerful co-pilot, not the pilot itself.
And that leaves us with a final and pretty fascinating question. As AI takes over more and more of the heavy lifting with data analysis, what happens to human intuition? In a world of near-perfect information, what is the value of a gut feeling? That right there is the new frontier for dealmakers in 2026 and beyond.